Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to some more Scrap Mechanic Survival. I am excited to bring you a new episode today, but I'm also in shame because I said I was going to make a new vehicle, and every idea and every cool innovative thing that I could try to think of has either already been done or it's just not worked out. So you guys are going to have to help me build this car. I'm going to try to make a mining car, and this is what I've had so far. This is like the third or fourth iteration of it, and I'm pretty ashamed of it right now. I had to go out and get some component kits so I can upgrade my seat, which I actually put in the chest, so I'll need to do that really quickly. But yes, so essentially I just wanted to make a quick car, not really a car, but it's like vehicle that mines stone for me, and for some reason I'm getting some lag. I'm not sure why, and I've realized that I actually have to restart my game because the audio went out. There's like no sound sometimes. Like, you hear that? No, not at all. So let me restart the game to see if I can get my sound back, and then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, we are loaded back in properly, I hope. And I can hear that now, so we're good. Alright, I got a little concerned there thinking that the game was about to just be broken, but it was not. So I'll just show off what I have so far. This is a simple car concept that I'm still working on. It's not quite there yet, but this is what it's going to look like in the end result. It's going to be some sort of grabbing type car. I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it just yet, but I'm going to need to connect the motors to this real quick, and I'll have it spinning backwards so that it can kind of come towards the car, not away. So I'll have it be spinning backwards. I have a controller right here, which basically connects to these two side pieces right here, and you can tell what those does. That just makes the let me just actually take it down real quick. But yeah, so this is what happens when you take it off the lift. It opens up. I don't know what to do with this resource collector yet. I've yet to work on it, but we'll probably make a system. I'll probably put a refiner or something back here and have a resource collector connected to another controller or a piston, or probably controller, that brings it up front so that it can I don't know, we'll see, so that it can collect the pieces easier, but I'm not too sure about that. I might just leave it in the back so I can distribute the weight a little bit more evenly, although this is already a pretty badly distributed weight. So if I actually now, wow, I also need to fix, you know what, we're just going to take this off and put this right here for now. I need to connect this to the, I need to upgrade this and then connect this to, what level is this already? Level 3. So now that I've got all of them connected, I'll just show off what each button does. 1, twist this like so, which is pretty straightforward, I think. And then 2, I have it on pistons, as you just noticed if you didn't notice that earlier, so I can kind of get a little bit more reach on some things. And then 3 turns it on. I should probably replace 3 with 4, and this will just basically clamp down on anything and hopefully bring things together. I might need to actually move these these drill bits down, or that middle drill bit up. I might actually just do that. And then of course I have it go past 90 degrees just in case I need to get the ground a little bit easier. I can still maneuver that while it's on the ground, which is pretty good. So I can just kind of somewhat drive around. It's kind of hard to control, so we'll figure out a better way to do that a little bit later. So let's actually move this drill bit up one. Ouch. Okay, maybe, you know what, screw it, we're just going to do with what we have and then see how this mines. One thing to note is that I made this on an electric engine. If you haven't noticed right now, it's not a gas engine, and electric engines are very, I mean, in my opinion, pretty efficient. So I don't think I will need to use too much fuel, and I have a lot of batteries already, so I just wanted to use something to use the batteries and, you know, see how they work. And so far, of course, it's slower, but it has a lot of torque, so it'll be good up the hills. I say that as I get stuck trying to go up a hill. I'll figure this out later. You guys tell me in the comments, please, on how I can improve this build. Like, seriously, in fact, I'd rather you guys build this for me so I can get to other stuff, because I have a lot of cool plans. Next episode, I will be hitting a warehouse, so if you want to watch that, feel free to. If you want to see something more innovative and something that not everybody else has done, let me know as well. Okay, that rock is just too high up the hill for me to get. I'm just going to go to a different one. Let's see. There's one up there, but that's also on a hill. So let's just go out exploring a little bit and try to find a proper rock. Here we go. This looks like a proper rock. Well, not proper, but it doesn't look like it's up on a hill that'll be hard to get. So let's actually drive up to it and see how this thing does just as it is so far without any improvements. All right, I think I just pressed 3, 1. Actually, let's press 2 to get a better reach. And then I press 4. Oh boy. Wow. Let me just... Okay, that was weird. Let's see. I mean, it kind of worked. I mean, it's not working the way I kind of want it to work because it's riding across the ground. So that just means we're going to have to prevent this from actually touching the ground. So we'll just have to move this controller down to a 90-degree angle. Let's do that. I believe it was this one. Or no, it wasn't this one. It was this one. Hold on. Which controller was it? I'm looking at the same controller. Alright, we set the controllers a little bit differently. And we're going to take this and start trying to cut this up and see what happens. And it seems like it just slides across the rock. And it doesn't really give me any, like... And I can't move backwards. I'm like stuck moving forward for some reason. That was weird. Alright. It's nighttime, so you guys can't see anything, I realize. So we're going to wait until morning and then keep on working on it. Okay, it is daytime and I've moved. I mean, you can't really notice from here, but if you turn that on, you'll notice that I have... Ouch. Wow, guys. Okay. I've moved the drill pattern to look kind of like this and kind of a cupping or spooning type formation. And I'm not sure if it's actually even going to do much else. So if I go back and open it up and just let this come down on a rock, it pushes my own vehicle back. I see. I mean, it's mining. It is actually mining pretty, you know, not decently actually, but it's doing something. It's cutting the rock up, making them explode, doing what it can. But I just don't think it's doing what I need it to do necessarily to... Because especially with this, like... Dang, especially the fact that it's making me roll backwards this whole time. I don't like that. Oh gosh. Come on, guys. I'm recording a video here. I just need component kits. You can go. Alright. I think this worked a little bit. Like, you can see I cut the rock off of the main crop and I can hit the rest with my hammer if I want to. But, of course, everybody wants the idea to be that I can do this without even getting off the vehicle at all. Are you serious? I said you can go, and you come... See, that's what you get. I think what I might need to do is either add more drills, which I do not have any of, but I can definitely go back and get some more. Or I can figure out a different form, like pattern of drilling that keeps this more centralized, so it doesn't keep on forcing itself backwards whenever I, you know, push down like this, because it just pushes my vehicle backwards. Like so. So maybe that's the problem. It's just the fact that it's getting pushed back. I'm not getting a good point of contact. But if I do something like this, so if I have the vehicle or a piece of rock, here, let me just move this way. I'm just using up so much gas right now. It's terrible. If I get the gas, or not the gas, the rock in here, it does a pretty decent job, I think. Like, that's pretty good. It's not mining the whole thing because it's actually too... Now it's up too high and it won't actually go down low enough. So let's just make this 90-degree turn a little bit higher than 90 degrees. So let's see, what's 92? 92. I think that's good enough, maybe. Yeah, okay. So if I can get my vehicle actually over top of a bunch of rocks, so if I can like somehow move these, maybe I might like weld them in like a line or something like that, and then turn it on and then just get this over top of them. That could be an idea, because this is actually doing pretty well on the ground. It's taking a bit longer than I want it to, but it takes a while to do this stuff anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. I also don't need that much brick in the first place. I just wanted to make a vehicle just to show that I can do it and I have access to it. I know Cookie suggested this a long time ago, and so I want to make you a little bit happy and get this going for you. So we've got this, and we've got some stuff, and I just need to know what to do with this right here. we'll definitely make improvements between this episode and the next. But if we, yeah, so right now this is too high for it to pick up anything. So if we detach this back here, it's now just going to be doing wheelies for days. So we might just actually move this apparatus backwards, and it's really not that hard to move. I think I have metal on me, so I'm just going to, oh yeah, I've also made this vehicle out of metal instead of wood because I have so much. So I know I can upgrade it to metal 2 or something and make it stronger from bots, but it's whatever. I'm lazy. Okay, so let's move this wheel base, or this whole thing, backwards some. It's flipped on me, so now it's on this side. So ugh, come on. Get out the way. Alright, let's just do this. Sorry about this. A bunch of complications. I was not prepared for this today. I think this is fine the way it is. We just need to make sure we weld it to the proper point. But we need to make the proper point before we can even weld it. So let's do this. I think if we get a good straight line down that way. Alright. We've got the inside, and then we can pin the wheels right here. So if I take the welding tool, the welding tool saves so much time, so if you guys haven't built one yet, you should. Put the welding tool right here, and it looks like it's good. And then all I gotta do is just connect it back up to the saddle seat so I can have the full 4-point steering. And there we go. Now I just gotta do it on the other side, and I'll be good. Alright, there we go. We are connected. I don't think the steering is properly reversed. It actually is. So we're good. Okay, so now that we've got this back, we got a little bit more stable of a car, and I think we can actually make this into a 4-wheel drive now because it won't be doing so many wheelies because it's a little bit longer. So let's try it out again on that rock over there. We've got a big mess over here. We'll clean it up later. But let's try, actually no, this one looks more fun. Let's just go over here, turn on our drills, oops, wrong one, and then turn everything down. Maybe. Maybe? I'm not sure if it's doing, well, no, it's doing stuff. It's getting there. It's just a bit harder to control. So if I had like an arm or some sort of apparatus that I could like move around really easily, that would be actually a pretty helpful thing. The thing is though, that requires like maybe a whole nother seat so I can move it in more than one axis of direction. And then keeping the vehicle still at the same time is going to be hard. So I could just weld it down, but I'm not entirely sure if that's a good idea in general. Okay, so now that we've got like a couple of these rocks, you can't weld them. Okay, good to know. You can't weld tool these rocks like you do with the trees. They've added that back into the game, so that's good. So I can just drive up to these things and then hope for the best and take them apart. Okay. Honestly, I'm not like ashamed of this vehicle as much as I was earlier before I started recording. So I will say this is progress. And I'm sure you guys' tips and advice will definitely help me out and make this even more something I can actually be proud of. But until then, I'm just going to keep on going with the not ashamed status. Or maybe slightly less ashamed. That's what I'll say. That's what I'll name this vehicle. The slightly less shameful mining thing. And it's actually not using that much fuel. I just checked a little earlier and I refilled it, but it's still doing pretty good on fuel. So I'm not too worried about running out of fuel while I'm having these drills on and moving around. So that's good. So we just got to do that, and then boom. It just picks it up pretty well. And this is only using 3 drill bits. I've seen people use like a whole bunch of drill bits and it's like gets really complicated and probably laggy. But using 3 I think is pretty good. That's actually just, maybe if I use cactuses as like a brake or something like that, a frictional brake on the bottom or as an emergency parking brake, I can keep it from moving around so much. Did I really say cactuses earlier? I think I did say cactuses. I meant cacti. Wow. Excuse my horrible English. Alright, we're coming down on this. And that was actually really done. I mean, if I can get these separated out to their little individual pieces like I have here, I can easily come up on cross to 1, come back down, and just let it go. Like that's super good. It's just going to take some time to get this to actually come up and down. I can increase the speed on the things, but that's okay. And I've actually noticed I'm getting more metal than I am bricks, or scrap stone I think is what it's called. And so that's kind of concerning because I need scrap stone, not metal. But that's okay. I mean, metal's always good anyways, but it's just like I'm here trying to upgrade my buildings to hopefully be using brick instead of wood, and just having another building material would be nice. But yeah, all right, so let's just get the rest of this rock and then we'll come back home and see what else we can do. I think that my resource collector is just about full once I put this thing in, and so I'm not going to waste any more time around here, and I'm going to head back home. I'm going to need to upgrade this engine because it's barely faster than sprinting speed, to be honest. I don't even know if it is faster than sprinting speed at all, so we're just gonna, you know, just walk the way back. I don't care. I'll grab this with me. Alright, we are back home with all the loot, and actually I think I might have 2 refiners. I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to get another refiner and put her, or it, I don't, you know, whatever, put it right here next to this one, so I can either have, you know, more processing speed so I can reduce this timer, and then also let's see, just more room so I can add more in case this one is already over here. I don't think it's going to be a problem like in the near future, but in the far future, maybe. So now I think we're going to be good. I think this is what I'm going to call it for now. I think this is going to be the episode. I'm not sure what more to really do besides just ask for improvements and suggestions on this car, because I'm going to be honest, I have an idea for the next episode that I'm going to do, and I don't want to fit it all into this one. So next episode, I'm going to be building an armored Humvee with a Gatling turret on top. So what that's going to mean is I'm going to have a vehicle that kills bosses and helps me get closer and closer to raiding the warehouse. So be excited for that. And until then, I hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, night, or evening, and I will see you next time.